I'm just gonna let you dance.
Sorry, I've got the Imagine Dragons song stuck in my head
What Imagine Dragon song?
from Arcane.
Okay. Well, hello everyone. Welcome to Waking
Are we
Up.
live?
Yeah, we're live. I was just gonna let you just sit here and dance while we're
Just
live.
just head bop. It's fine. That's cool. I mean, people watch it,
Yeah, will
right?
they? Will they?
Yeah, I'm sure they will. Yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
All right.
Yeah.
You want to do the intro?
Well, yeah. Do I look like I wanted the intro?
Why am I
Welcome
always
to
responsible for doing the intro? I feel like
because
you
you
take
do
me
it
for I
so.
feel like you
I
take
don't
me
take
for
it for
granted.
granted at
Yeah.
all.
Oh, you
I
know?
don't take it for
No.
granted at all. I know how hard the intro is to do because I try to do it every once in a while and it goes left.
Does it do?
Oh,
But you know what? I
it
have faith
does.
in you. I have faith in you. How do you know how can you do it better if you don't practice?
I can't do it better. But welcome to Waking Up. I am PepPep, aka Sean, and my co-host in crime and in religious drama is see, I throw these little extras in there that don't work. Is Arug's, aka Anna, and we are two trauma triscuits on the internet. We disclaimer. Let's throw the disclaimer out first. We are not licensed therapists. We are not counselors. We are just
Hold
two
on. I
trauma
don't know if
triscuits
they
on the
can hear
internet.
you. Can they hear you? No.
Really, I've been doing this whole intro and no one can hear me.
I think they can't hear you. I don't know. I'm pretty sure they can.
Oh my god.
You're supposed to be checking for me.
I'm. Oh, I believe you take it for granted that I was checking the audio for you.
Oh, really? Oh, we playing that game, motherfucker?
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Keep going. I have faith in you. I have faith in you. I
Okay,
do.
fantastic. So yeah, again, just in case you, hey, Kevin, in case anyone didn't hear, we are not licensed counselors, therapists. We are not certified, although we are probably certifiable. We're just two trauma triscuits on the internet. What? You don't like these? You don't like these little extras out there in there, do you?
Well, they can hear
Pepper's
you.
already got us
Apparently
wrong.
they can hear you,
Yeah.
so you know what? That's
All
fine.
right. Good. Yeah. So we're just two trauma triscuits on the internet, sharing our journeys. Arugs and I grew up in the Bible Belt, the belt of the Bible Belt, north in the South, and we grew up in the Southern Baptist Church, um, which has afforded us a lot of religious trauma.
I love how I think you do this on purpose. I literally
What?
think you do this badly on purpose. You purposely do look at that face. You purposely make them bad.
No, I
You
don't.
jerk. You jerk. All
I
right,
don't
fine. Here,
purposely.
let me cover
This
some
is
things.
not malicious incompetence.
Oh, I actually
I'm.
I think it
It's
is. I think it is because I have seen you do really great intros. You were just purposely motherfucker. You know what?
intros
Here.
that I do
It's fine.
repeat.
It's fine. It's
Okay.
fine. I'll
All
do it.
right.
I'll do it. It's fine. Hello and welcome to Waking Up. We are not here to bash anybody's religious faith or
I forgot that.
or belief system. We think faith and religion are beautiful things when done in a mentally and emotionally healthy manner. We are not licensed professionals. We are not licensed counselors, etc., and so forth. So anything said on this show is our own opinions, our own experiences, editorial only, educational only. They are not to be taken as any type of professional opinion. But if you need professional help or need a professional opinion, we certainly have resources that can get you the help that you need. Um, yes. So you covered the Bible Belt one. I think Sean purposely is causing me trauma. That's pretty much where we're at.
No,
And
because I know what
yeah.
happens when I do it. It's not pleasant. So no, not.
Okay, first off,
What?
you
Mhm.
Sean is not awkward in front of the camera. He just is like he's not. If you see him in front of the camera, he's freaking fine. It is just when it's something he doesn't want to do. When it's something he doesn't want to do, then he becomes awkward. And then all of a sudden I'm just like, it's interesting. It's interesting how when it's something he doesn't want to do, all of a sudden he is completely really awkward. But when it's something he wants to do or he's comfortable in, then all of a sudden he's fine and it's fine and he can do it because I have seen you do the intro.
It's
Let's go back to the charity stream because I saw that intro for the charity stream, Sean, and you were just fine for that.
I feel like there's a lot of pressure. I'm feeling
You are? My bad.
yeah, I'm feeling a lot of pressure. Yeah. Yes, I am.
Why are you a pain
This week,
in the ass?
I don't know. It's one of my superpowers. This week my coffee is far away from my keyboard, and it will remain far away from my keyboard. My keyboard is far away from it.
He had to buy a new keyboard, y'all.
Yeah, I did. I tried to fix it. I popped the keys. I cleaned the keys. Nope, it didn't work. So had to go buy a new keyboard.
Yeah.
That was expensive. Yeah, that was an expensive spill.
It didn't have to be an expensive spill. You just chose for it to be an expensive spill.
Well, it wasn't as expensive as it could have been, but yes, rip keyboard. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
So.
Calvin, I totally did call him out. I refuse. I refuse for him to hide behind his, oh, I'm just awkward, because that is a lame excuse. That is a lame excuse for him to not, because that way he can hide behind that just in case he messes up. Because that's where his golden child and professional and his like perfectionism comes out. No, we're beyond hiding behind that. Your perfectionism, you hide behind your I'm just awkward. You're not awkward. You just are when times when you feel like you may or may not mess up, that's when you actually go behind your awkward.
So what are we talking about today?
Didn't call out. No,
I don't know.
This is where we're at. It's not that I'm putting you down, Sean. I'm just calling you out when you're doing unhealthy habits, and that is an unhealthy habit.
I need to take my lashes. That's
Pretty
a different
sure he's
podcast,
awkward. Though. Maybe he's only awkward against you, Blue Ellie, because you're pretty. See that?
What? So what are we talking about today, Rooks?
Nah, gratitude is a weapon. That's the title of today's topic.
It's a good topic.
Yes. I also enabled call-ins just in case.
I noticed that.
I did, yeah.
In case anybody wants to join.
No. It's fine.
So.
Have you ever experienced weaponized gratitude?
Have ever experienced weaponized gratitude?
You're part of the church. Yes, the fuck you have.
Okay, give us an example of weaponized gratitude.
Okay, weaponized gratitude is you have a issue, like you have a problem. You have some type, like you have a bad feeling, a bad emotion. You are maybe disappointed by something somebody did, or you're hurt by somebody. And somebody says, well, you should be thankful that you have a dad. You should be thankful you have a mom. You should be thankful that you can afford this.
Okay.
It's that validation. It's that invalidating or that making you feel bad or whatever it is, because you are not in that moment grateful or thankful for the things that you have around you. And it is invalidating and making you feel like, because you are not grateful, because you are not thankful, that you are selfish, self-centered, and self-serving.
Yeah. Yep. That makes chapters. Yeah, that makes absolute sense. Because that's how I grew up was, anytime I felt good about something, anytime I was happy about, like, anytime I felt like I accomplished something, I couldn't appreciate that, for one. But it was always, I'm not allowed to feel this way because someone else has it worse. Someone else, this could be, it could always be worse. It could always, I think food is probably one of the ones that just hit all the time. Anytime, because I grew up in the, you have to clean your plate. You have to eat everything.
But you also have to be
So,
skinny.
after what?
You also have to be skinny.
Well, yeah. I mean, you should
Yep.
be thankful you have dinner. Yes, exactly. And you had to. I had to eat everything on the plate, which creates being forced to eat everything creates eating problems
Oh, what?
because you grow up. Yeah, I know, right? Crazy thought that being forced to eat everything on your plate makes you end up having an eating problem later. So, like, not eating something, I should eat it because starving kids in whatever place don't have that. They don't have the food. They don't have the opportunities. They don't have the what. I can't feel bad. I can't feel upset because someone always has it worse.
Creates trauma for peace.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, fair. That's
Yeah.
also fair.
Mhm.
Well, yeah, I think that, with Thanksgiving coming up and all of that, it's one of those, I got stairs and kicked out of a buffet. Jay, I have seen you eat. You are a motherfucking bottomless pit. I have seen you eat.
And he's skinny. What's up with that?
Well,
That's just rude.
he also has medical issues too. So
Okay then. All right.
yeah,
Well, I
you're
will.
just like
I'll take that back.
And what does it matter what he weighs? Does it matter if he's skinny
It
or if he's
doesn't.
overweight? No.
No, I was referring back to where you said, you have to eat everything that's on your plate, but you also have to be skinny.
It doesn't. Well, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Stairs and black eyed peas.
Stairs and black eyed peas. I'm not a fan of black eyed peas. Mm-mm. I'm not.
Give me your Southern card right the fuck now. Give me your
I
for the
know. I'm
butter cutter,
sorry.
and now you don't like black eyed peas. Get
I'm
the fuck you
I'm
no
not
no no go get out of the South. Get out of
I'm
the
not
South
a I'm
right
not a
now.
fan of collard greens either. I
What?
know. I'm horrible. I'm not a Southern, am I?
You're a bad Southerner.
Yeah, take my Southern card. I don't like
I,
sweet tea either. So I mean, come on.
I'm
I
sad
swear I
for
was born in the
you.
South. I know.
I swear. I'm sad for you.
Oh, yeah. Mm.
Sad. Sad.
I don't know. I don't know what happened. I just don't. You drink. Whoa, that's just wrong. It's now a two.
Now everybody is like, no, this
Uh,
is a hot topic debate now.
apparently, this is no. I don't like any of those.
I think the thing is with gratitude and thankfulness and just it's just been such a thing that been used so often
Hmm.
against and it's often used in like very neglectful, invalidating relationships, whether it be parental or romantic or what, even
Hmm.
friendships. Um, like I think I often find it more in friendships than I do really
Really?
in, yeah. Like if you think about it, like you have an issue with your significant other, okay,
Hmm.
and you're like, oh, like, or maybe okay, maybe you're struggling. I'm using a very large, like very sensitive subject, but you're struggling with infertility
Hmm.
or
Okay.
a person struggling with infertility and you're struggling to get pregnant and it's all like well at least you have a husband or maybe you're having
Hmm.
issues with your kid and that other person's well at least you have kids but or maybe you're
Yeah.
having issues with your husband and you're really struggling with your marriage and they're like well at least you're married.
Mm.
I can't do
Yeah.
this. Well, at least that you should be grateful with what you have. It's like well,
Yeah.
oh. I mean, yes,
Um.
I agree, but that doesn't invalidate my experience.
Yes.
That doesn't
Yes.
invalidate what I am struggling with. And honestly,
Hmm.
like in that situation, it's like, oh, so you would rather have an abusive marriage than be single? So it's just the fact that
Yeah.
I'm in an abusive marriage. And I'm not saying that I was, because I mean, that's not the case. I'm just saying, as an example, at least you have
Yeah.
a husband. At least you have a
Yeah.
house. At
At least you
least
have someone to come home to. At least you
you should
have
be grateful.
yes.
Who's the fuck saying I'm not grateful? I am just not. I'm
Yeah.
grateful that I found somebody that I love, but I am not okay with them treating me like fucking shit.
Mhm. Yep.
And I don't. That doesn't
Absolutely.
mean that I should be grateful to have somebody who is filling a role that
Who's
is doing it shittily.
mhm. Yes. You are allowed to feel whatever feelings you
Hi,
have
Asta.
just because regardless of what someone else's experience is.
How
Their
like
experience, their experience, your experience, your experience.
right. And that is where radical acceptance comes in. Two things can exist in the same time, in the same thing.
Yes. Mhm. Yeah. Mhm.
You can say I am jealous that or envious that you have a spouse, but I can
Mhm.
recognize and validate that your spouse is treating you like shit.
Mhm.
And
Yes.
and
And
how
it
does that
and
scar
it's
you?
all mm.
So fucking
Oh.
traumatizing.
It's often spoken out of ignorance. It's like you just because I'm married, you think that it's a good marriage, or just because I don't trauma dump on you doesn't mean that I don't have problems in my marriage, things that are not healthy. Like you don't know the other person doesn't know exactly what I'm dealing with. And as people who have been through had these traumatic toxic relationships, just just having someone having a significant other doesn't mean we're not feeling this other thing. We're not feeling isolated in our own having having someone in the house doesn't mean I don't feel alone.
Well, and
We
Asta's
both
like, I'm grateful I don't feel the romantic love. It's not even just a romantic love. Like I think that
mhm,
it's so much in everything that we do, and in just our friend, oftentimes in our friendships, and that, well,
mhm.
they have what I don't have. A big case of FOMO. And it's the
Yeah.
FOMO that makes you a toxic friend because, well, they're just taking
Yes.
what they have for. I think it's one of those, making that person who's coming to you for that emotional support, and then you going, oh, they just don't appreciate what they have. How do you know they don't
Mhm.
appreciate it?
Yeah.
Just because they're
I
having
I heard that
issues?
one a lot as a kid. Mhm.
Like, what?
Yeah.
What as a kid?
You appreciate, anytime if I want something, if I want well, you just don't appreciate the toys that you have. You just don't appreciate you should be glad because not every kid gets gifts. Not every kid has a Christmas. Not every always someone else that has it worse. Like, I can be grateful for what I have, and I can also want something. I can say, "This is what I want." You can tell me that's not gonna happen. But telling me that I shouldn't feel this way because I have something else. No, that's I heard that a lot as a kid. Um, that's a instant goodbye. Didn't need that way. Yeah, that's way too toxic. Yeah, absolutely. Um, 7-year-old Kevina right now. Yeah. I think a lot of us have probably heard that at some point as a kid.
Have you used it
You
as an
know, you
adult?
have I would say I have thought it before,
Hmm.
but I recognize that that is not okay to say. But yeah, I would say I have said it in my head before. But I recognize that that is a toxic thing to say. It is a terrible thing to say because I don't know everything. So to look at someone and go, well, at least you have. This happens. I think this can happen a lot when the other person has a significant other, whether they're married, they live together, whatever is when you're single and you don't want to be single, and the other person complains about something. Well, at least you have someone to come home to. Um,
Yeah. There's several things like Paragon and Asta have said. Well, I think that a lot of it's I think a lot for our generation, those that were raised by boomers and some Gen X, I'm
Mhm.
going to say some of the older Gen X's, it,
What? Yeah. Yeah.
um, is trying to, is because, be grateful. You will be grateful. And it's
Mhm.
that silent be seen and not heard. It's the you're going to
Mhm.
take what I give you and you're going and it doesn't matter what you need, what you want, what you like. You just need to be
Mhm.
grateful for it. And that goes with
Mhm.
emotionally, with materialistically. And because like my parents would often, they would ask me, like, hey, what do you want for Christmas? I would give them literally exact and that got to the point where I was so traumatized, I was giving them exact specs with exact like articles
Oh.
and all these things. This is exactly what
Yeah.
I want. Like, even with price
Mm.
ranges and stores to buy
That
it at.
yeah.
And what would they do? They would give me either the generic version or this off-brand version or some brand that they saw that like they because they didn't pay attention. And then it was like it was never what I wanted. But then I was disappointed. This is not what I wanted. This is not what I liked. This is not anything that I asked for. But I had
Mhm.
to smile and be grateful for it because, well, I can never do anything right for you. Why are you never grateful? I'm not grateful because you didn't listen. And that also I'm not on that's the materialistic side, but it's also the side on the
Mhm.
emotional, mental side. Hey, I need you. Can you please stop doing that? Can you please like my mom would often, oh my God, it was awful. It was awful. Like she would try to like she did the whole like she would pet me like I was an animal. Like she's just constantly like petting my shoulder or patting my hand or petting my head. Like I was like some and I was just like, "Can you not? Can you not?
Yeah.
Please don't
Mhm.
touch me that way. I don't like it." I can't believe like you should be grateful that, I want to show you affection and all. Like I just you like you're just and I'm like and as
Like
somebody with a
justifying
lot of
toxic behaviors.
right, and I'm just like,
Mhm.
I'm over here going, "Oh, I
Yeah.
Uh, the only one that time it happened to me, the you guys were describing, is my granddad asked me, "I want some
Mhm.
Doritos." Yeah.
Oh god, yeah. Mm. It's the to me it's a two part of what do you want? You tell them what you want, and then they go do something different, and then it's
Go ahead.
no, no. That's what I'm saying is the two part of if you're gonna ask me what I want, then
I think that there are times
don't
where
go
I
do
ask my
something else.
kids as a parent, I
Mhm.
ask my kids what they want or what they need. And
Mhm.
if there is a thing that they want that I can't provide for them, I try to go back and
Mhm.
and explain to them here is why I can't. Is there an alternative? I try to make them a part of the conversation. Hey, I can't buy this for you, or I can't, maybe it's too expensive, or they're out of it. What is the alternative?
Mhm.
And instead of just making a choice for them and expecting them to be grateful for whatever I get for them. But even if I have to make that choice, it's one of those acknowledging their disappointment. Just acknowledging
Mhm.
going, "I'm sorry. I know it's disappointing. I know I disappointed you. I know it's sad. Like, this is the option that I had and this is the option that I did. Take it or leave it."
Yeah.
But acknowledging that feeling that we never got acknowledged for.
Yes.
We got told as Christians, as
Yes.
kids, just
Yes.
take what you got and be grateful for it. Always be grateful. That's like one of
Yes.
the like
Always.
fucking foundations of our Christian upbringing is gratitude.
Mhm.
Gratitude.
Yeah. Gratitude over
Gratefulness.
everything, gratitude no matter what. It was the story of Job that constantly was thrown in the face of no matter what happens, be grateful. No matter what bad stuff happens, be grateful.
Yeah.
No matter what happens, no matter what you get, you have to be grateful for it.
Uh, I'm also sorry about that, Asta.
Yeah.
I know that is very, very difficult. And that comes with its own traumas and mental like work throughs and survival. And you know what? I'm glad
Mhm.
you're here. We're
Yeah,
glad you're
absolutely.
here.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, glad you found us, and we found you.
Either way, we are grateful
Mhm.
for you.
Yeah.
About the job
The
thing.
um
Oh gosh.
Ooh, Calvino. Oh, did he just do he just said that, didn't he?
Yeah, you did.
Uh, uh, Kevin is that's why I think I don't ask for much of anything now. I get tired of being told I'm ungrateful because I didn't get what I asked for. Oh God. In this time of year, there are several of us who have birthdays around this time of year.
Sean's is Tuesday. Sean's is Tuesday.
Ah.
Yay! And we are streaming on Tuesday on Team AOA. We have a
Hmm.
plan,
We
folks.
are. Oh
We have
God.
a plan. We are celebrating Sean's birthday with
Ugh.
3 bars and a dragon. Don't worry, Sean. We're not letting that fucking slide. Yeah.
I think I'm gonna be. I don't think I'm gonna be available. I think no. I'm gonna be here. I will be here. But these, there you go. I'm not allowed to. I'm not allowed to celebrate my birthday. I feel bad. I feel like I can't. House, family, job. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Paragon says, I
Um.
think this is an interesting spin on the conversations I know are like, what are you grateful for? Which is why I like, we honestly have this as episode like this very similar almost every Thanksgiving week because of
Mm-hmm.
this. And it's very traumatizing because we're told, what are you grateful for? What are you grateful for? And it's really motherfucking gaslighting. You know what I'm grateful for? I'm grateful for that I'm taking a breath today. And you know what? I'm grateful for a lot of things, but I'm also not going to sit here and let that gratitude over supersede
Yep.
all of the shit
Mm-hmm.
that I'm getting put through.
Yeah. Both. That is probably one of the biggest lessons I've learned since I've been in therapy. The existence of both. That both can be. Both can be correct. Both can exist at the same time. I can be unhappy about this and grateful about this.
Your community is coming
Uh,
through for you, buddy. They are coming. They
oh.
are coming through. They're like, nah, fam, we got you. We got you, bro.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I feel like I'm coming
But
down with something.
that's the whole thing is that whole we are told this time of year to be grateful. Just look
Hmm.
back on your life and be grateful for all the things that you have. And yes, do I think that you should like ignore the things that you know, ignore all of the things? I think that it's one of those you don't always have to be grateful. You don't always have to take what is given to you and just take it with a smile and go, "No, I'm okay." Or, "Okay, yeah, they that."
Mm,
Now, is it hard to not feel selfish? Is it hard, especially in a time like where it's like, "Yeah, money's tight and I decided to buy you this gift and maybe this gift isn't exactly what you wanted." But you have to be
hmm.
okay. It's like with your feeling it's like being expressive with your feelings. You have to be okay with them not liking what you got them. It is not
No.
your job. It is not your job to influence how they feel about the things that they give you. It is not your job to go, "Well, I hard it was your choice to get him a gift." And it is
Hmm.
their
Ooh,
right. It is their right
yeah,
to maybe not like it. And that's okay.
yeah. Hmm.
But that's not what we're told this time of year. We're told,
Mm.
"No, I'm giving you this gift. I worked hard on it. I spent the money on it. I'm giving you this gift. You need to be grateful for it."
It
That's
has
why
to. It
the
has to be the
ads that's why the ads
Yeah.
push
That's
all the
the.
gratitude.
It has to be a proportional amount of gratefulness. I am excited about giving you this gift, and you have to be at the same level. You have to be grateful for receiving it, regardless of how you feel. See, yes, that's my family is a gift card family. Um, and as much as I give my parents crap about some stuff, this now is one of those areas where I actually thus at Christmas.
Every one of us
Um,
is like, "Yeah, we're
yeah,
done
we
with
all
that
got
trauma. We're just done with that fucking trauma."
yeah.
I literally told Sean and Jay because their birthdays are literally within the next week, and I said,
Mhm.
"Send me a link." I said, "I will buy your present. Send me the
Mhm.
link." And I did,
Yep.
and I bought
Yep.
exactly the link that they sent me. I'm like, "I'm
Uh-huh.
not going to veer from it. I'm not gonna look for a cheaper alternative. Send me the link.
Yeah.
I don't like giving money
See,
if I don't have to because because my trauma, my gift giving trauma, that's fine. My people pleasing trauma. We'll get into that in a
we
little
all
bit.
have different varying traumas around this time of year, all about gift giving and celebration and being
And
grateful
gratefulness and all this
and
happy
just
bullshit that they give us. Ah.
exactly. Oh, yay, trauma.
But
Fantastic.
how often is that the reason that we hate? Because okay, I'm bringing this up. I'm Jay. I'm calling you out too, buddy. Where I'm bringing you into this with me. So we all it was me, Sean, and Jay all in a chat, and I said, "What do you two want for your birthdays?" And
Hmm.
it was a stalemate for literally
Uh-huh.
4 or 5 days, like a stalemate. And it's a trauma of anniversary. I'm so sorry about that, Asta. Aw, we'll talk about Christmas in a minute. We have lots of
Yeah.
opinions about Christmas and trauma.
Hmm.
um, but our gift giving, and I have both had very deep conversations. Maybe Jay and Sean haven't had it to each other, but I've had it with each of them. Conversations about gift giving and
Hmm.
how we are traumatized. We literally go into a freeze state. All three
Yep.
of us have the same trauma response. We go into a freeze state when going, "What do you want for your birthday or Christmas?" And your mind literally goes blank and you're
Hmm. It does.
filled with this terror and you don't know what
Hmm.
to ask.
Hmm.
And that's why we also are the type of people that if we want something, we just buy it ourselves because we were given gifts that we didn't like, that we didn't ask,
Hmm.
that was nothing close to what we asked for, and then got shamed and guilted and abused
Yes.
verbally, mentally, sometimes physically into you're not fucking grateful. You're an ungrateful, selfish brat.
Yes. Yep.
So now
It.
we've trained ourselves. Well, if we want it, we buy it. We're not waiting for anything. We're not doing anything. We'll
Hmm.
save up for ourselves. We'll get it for ourselves so that when somebody asks us, what do we want? We are met with
Yeah.
fear.
Yes. Oh, it is. Yeah, it is. It is that deer in the headlights freezing trauma. Like, yeah, that was when you asked that question, it was absolute crickets in
It
that
was,
chat. That
it
was
was
nothing.
and usually we're like instant responders, and it was just like silent for at least a
Nothing.
solid couple hours.
Yeah. Oh, there was no response whatsoever. Like, hmm, hmm. The idea of asking someone, I fills me with dread. Fills me with I feel so uncomfortable. If someone says, "Hey, I want to get you something," what's something that I can get you? Absolute, just I cannot answer that.
The first responders you are no longer in service. Yeah, pretty much.
Hmm.
It's the shame.
I
It's the
don't.
fear. It
It
is the
is
fear.
of asking for something. Well for me. A lot of it's the as it's asking for something.
Oh yeah.
I feel so anxious asking for someone, even when someone says, "I want to get you something," me telling them something that I want. I feel like I'm not. You don't. Hmm. All right, here's a trigger warning. How many of us have responded to, "Hey, I want to get you something," or I've got you this," and the response is, "You don't have to get me anything."
Get the fuck out. Get out.
I did. I trigger warned. I prefaced it. I think all of us just went, "Oh crap." Hmm.
And how many of
Yeah.
you, okay, in that, how many of you,
Hmm. I don't deserve it exactly. Yeah.
yes, I don't deserve it. How many of
Hmm.
you, like, okay, you say, don't get me anything, but then are disappointed when somebody doesn't get you something? Because then you're perpetuating the cycle of like, nobody loves me, nobody cares about me. You literally told they are respecting your boundaries, and you're like,
I I don't need this. I don't need this negativity in my life. I don't need you poking. Oh. Mm, mm. Wow, that hurt.
oh, Jay.
What do you want for your birthday? Oh, that's oh my god. That's awful.
How
Yes.
many? Raise your hand if you're done with that
Jeez.
trauma. That's fine. I I
Mm.
pledge the fifth. That's you're right.
Yeah.
As
Yeah.
is like that's why I had my birthday and I don't do Christmas. I think that there has been. I was actually talking to somebody earlier, and they have a friend who's celebrating the birthday week, and you don't meet the people like they're. It's very hard pressed to find somebody who's celebrates their birthday or the holidays. You have like two sides of the spectrum, and there's very little in the middle anymore.
Mm.
Of you have the people who avoid their birthday and Christmas because of either trauma or the commercialism of it, or and the
Mhm.
commercialism of it is type of trauma of that. Or you have the people who want to celebrate it for a week, a month. This is my
A
birthday month.
month.
And then Christmas, I'm going to
Yes.
celebrate Christmas from October until December. And it's like, okay, okay.
Mhm.
All right, that's fine.
Mhm.
It's like, is there
You're right,
no
it is so polarizing.
it
It's
is.
so opposite sides of it. And I think a lot of us fall in the first one. A lot of us are like, "Nah, it's fine." I would be perfectly fine if nobody recognizes my birthday, but when my wait, but hold on, I'll finish it. But when my birthday comes and no one says anything and no one recognizes it, then I get all pissed off because no one did. Is that where you were going? I
Yes,
felt like that's where
I
you
was
were
like,
going.
time out, really?
Yeah,
Are you
yeah.
okay? Like, all right.
I got no, I got to finish the thought. That's where I was going with it. Absolutely. Like, why can't? Because all right, so you guys are talking about doing something for my birthday, making so we're streaming that day, and I'm like, guys, that stop. I'm not going to be here. I'm making all these excuses about no, don't do that. But if my birthday were to come and go and y'all didn't do that, I would probably be I think I'd be a little disappointed then because nobody else like well I guess nobody cares. It becomes like a self fulfilling prophecy. Don't do the thing, and so when they don't do it, then I get upset that they didn't do it. Yeah, that's trauma. Oh, oh God.
I
Okay.
don't have that at all. I will not get upset or disappointed. Yeah. I think a lot of us have been trying to like circle this, like, have been used like the gratefulness, the gratitude, the why aren't you like, and that celebrates like birthdays, Christmas, the holidays,
Mm-hmm.
and we're starting the holiday season, and the shame around it, the shame
Mm-hmm.
of you're ungrateful
Yes.
and you're not grateful, you're not thankful for what you have. And it's one of
Mm-hmm.
those, it's very gaslighting and it's very
Mm-hmm.
traumatizing because you are then taught, and especially the younger you are, one, when it's around your birthday, you're ungrateful. Like if your parents throw you a birthday party that you didn't want it or did something for your birthday that made you uncomfortable or whatever, and then it's
Mm-hmm.
just like you're just ungrateful. Then you find it like hard to ask for those things to be celebrated, especially when it's
Mm-hmm.
like that's your birthday. That's about you. We're grateful that you're alive and that you were born. But as Miko has once said, because she put me in my place, sometimes people
Mm-hmm.
don't want to celebrate their birthday because there is trauma around that. And you have to respect that. But that's
Yes. You
where
can't force it on them.
right. And that's where the healthy communication comes in. But you, again, just because you give a gift, just because you want to do something for somebody, just because you want to do something for them, does not mean that you can force guilt or whatever for somebody else to make them feel however they want to feel, and vice
Mm-hmm.
versa.
That's very true. They are going to feel the way they want to feel.
When in doubt, fake it.
Mm. Yeah, a lot of trauma around birthdays, a lot of trauma around Christmas. This is a very difficult time of year for a lot of people. Um,
And our birthdays and Christmas get to just be within like weeks of each other. So it's awesome.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, when you have a birthday that falls around a holiday, especially the major holidays at the end of the year, things get wrapped up and just feels uncomfortable. And you end up feeling like for me, I don't care what you guys get for my birthday. Can someone get me a
You
big
laugh, I'll
colorful
do it. You laugh, I will do it. Never tell a rube,
Mhm.
so like
Oh, Rubes will,
I
yes. Rubes will absolutely do that. Next time she's there, you will get a big gulp.
I will have gone through every 5-ounce energy and I will pour every single one. Don't test me, bro. I have gone
Yeah.
above and beyond for people's birthdays. I do.
Mhm.
um,
Um, I get apprehensive about celebrating my birthday. I don't feel like, see, for me, it's I don't feel worthy to be celebrated.
why do you think that is?
I don't I don't recall ever having a birthday party. I don't recall ever having, like, birthday was always low key. And so for someone to make a fuss over my birthday feels uncomfortable,
And unnatural. My sister's
unnatural.
birthday is literally a week and a half from mine. So I
Mhm.
never had my own separate birthday.
Mhm.
And if that, because my birthday's in December, it was always taken up by Christmas shit.
Yep. Yep.
So it's one of those, well, we can't afford both, so we're just going to do one. And 9 times out of
Yeah.
10, our birthdays got skipped for Christmas because Christmas is the
Yeah.
big holiday where they can show off what they give you and they can show off what they
Yep.
get you and they do all these things.
Mine was Thanksgiving because mine falls on Thanksgiving every couple of years and right next to Thanksgiving every other time. And so mine was always, mine was always, we celebrate Thanksgiving and your birthday is, it just happens to be there at the same time. So it was never really, there was never really a celebration of that. Um
So don't look for food when you're getting
yeah.
candy later, right? It's always
Oh,
that,
yeah.
why is the holiday more important than your birthday?
Yeah.
You know? And that's why you don't feel like it's
Mhm.
okay for you to celebrate it because it's like, "Oh, well, either you ca" like, I don't know. It's just like I'm just tired of being told that I should be grateful for shit, and I'm tired of being told that I should just accept what is given to me, and I'm tired of being told that I can't ask for what I want and being told, "Well, here's
Mhm.
the reason that you can't have it." Fuck you. That's no reason. You just don't why don't you just be honest and tell me that you don't wanna give it to me?
There you go. Yeah. There was a very serious lack of that, a lack of nuance, a lack of explanation as to why. And yeah, that's common throughout everything. Is there was little communication about little us understanding growing up. So why do I deserve it? Yes, Asta. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I have a thing. I have a counter to that. I am not saying that because your feelings are very valid and trust me that like Sean and
Hmm.
I both but my counter to that is because we are not our past. We are our
Hmm.
present. And that is what I'm trying to work for in therapy. Is just because it didn't happen back then doesn't mean it cannot and we can't learn to
Hmm.
appreciate our present. And I think a lot of that I had to heal from, that I'm still trying to heal from, is my birthday as well. Like, we talked about this,
Hmm.
about having to ask and getting my hopes up and being disappointed, and, but I'm allowed, and you are allowed. You are allowed to celebrate, and because it didn't happen in the past, it is our jobs now to create our future. I don't feel worthy to deserve anything,
Yeah.
and that is a very true feeling.
Hmm. Yep.
Absolutely. I don't feel good
That
enough to be
is.
alive. I don't feel good enough to be loved. I don't feel
Hmm.
good enough to I trust me, I know that. We know
Yeah.
that feeling way more intimately than I no, that we have admitted that. We know that it feeling
We
intimately,
have. Yeah.
period. um,
Yeah. And why would other people wanna celebrate it? And then getting your hopes up that other people would celebrate it, and then having those things dashed.
exactly.
Um,
And it's hard
remember
to
yeah.
accept. It's hard to accept somebody wanting to love you in that headspace.
Yes.
It is h
Yeah.
when you don't feel
Because
worthy of being loved, you don't feel like you, like, when even it's a struggle to just live, why would you wanna
mhm,
celebrate a life that is hard?
yeah. Ooh.
And that's okay. I think that we need to
Mhm,
normalize it being okay to not want to celebrate your birthday,
mhm,
and understanding that, like, maybe that person doesn't wanna celebrate their birthday, and that's okay. You can still love them regardless of whether they wanna make a day of it or not.
mhm.
Just like Valentine's Day. Valentine
Oh,
why
yeah.
your birthday is just like Valentine's Day, and here's how why. Because you can show somebody that you are grateful for them being alive 365, sometimes 366 days a year
Mhm.
without having it be a special occasion. Just like with
That's
Valentine's
a good
Day, you
point.
don't have to wait for February fucking 14th to show your partner or your loved one that you love them and care about them. That should be an everyday thing.
Absolutely. Yes, you shouldn't don't wait for a single day, don't wait for one time a year to do that. Don't wait for their birthday, don't wait for Christmas, don't wait for Valentine's, do it just because. Um, yeah, I'm glad you're in that therapy and slowly helping you love yourself. Yeah, that's big. That's a huge deal. That's something that I've worked in my therapy as well, is that I deserve to be loved and that there are people that actually care about me, admitting that and accepting that. Yeah. That's been a tough one for me.
Has been?
Yeah. It continues to be. It
There you
continues to
go.
be.
And that's a good present
Continues.
tense.
It is a continual, yeah. There's not a point where I'm like, "Cool, I'm all good." It
It
absolutely is
is
hard.
fucking
It
hard,
is
Asta.
super hard.
And
And mhm.
it's hard
What
when you are raised to believe something else.
mhm.
When it has been in your engraved belief system, because you're dismantling all of that, and it's scary and it's hard because you're fighting against, I don't deserve it, but yes, you do.
Yes. I I think I learned to tell myself I didn't deserve it as my coping mechanism as a child, because because if I told my if I why would someone it's how I guess it's what I told myself, why would someone do this? Why would someone behave like that? Why I must not deserve it. It's the only explanation you could possibly think of. It couldn't be that the other person there was something wrong with the other person. And so I think so when I experience that now, I think it's the inner child going, "Well, I just don't deserve it." Because that's how I felt as a child. I didn't deserve it. I wasn't worth it. It wasn't, I shouldn't be making a big deal of it. And so that's what I'm when that voice comes in and says, "Well, does anybody really care? Do you really deserve it? Does it matter?" I think that's what I tell myself to go to try to minimize the potential hurt. But who I am now is not who I was. And that's what I have to remind myself. Who I surround myself with now is not who I surrounded myself before. I didn't have a choice before. I do now. And that is not something that like, oh, I said it and I'm done. I'm good. That is a constant daily, especially around this time of year, reminder. When I'm learning to love myself, it is a daily it's a daily thing. And some days are harder than others. Um, but it's important for me to remind myself when I especially when I and sometimes that is not saying out loud the things that are in my head, because there's more I say certain things in my head, um versus when I say it out loud. When I say it out loud, it feels like it has more power. So, like, when someone wants to give me something, well, don't give me anything. You don't have to give me anything. Like, that used to always be my response. Well, that was coming out of me feeling like I didn't deserve anything. So I may think that now, but I don't put that out there. No, you're not. Um, so putting out there, I can have those thoughts, but I try really hard not to put them out there. The same thing with compliments, negating people's compliments. I still have those thoughts, but I don't put them out there because putting them out there feels like it gives it more power.
Yes, but at the same time, what are
Hmm.
you doing when you have those thoughts to retrain your brain?
Ah, um,
Because in
that
my
is,
therapy, again, we talked about the
mhm,
filing cabinet of evidence. So you have the
yeah,
evidence, which is why you have the thought. What are you doing when
yeah,
when somebody pulls out that file are doing to replace it so that when the next time that comes around, you can go, "Oh, I have different types of evidence."
yeah,
Because it is because I'm reading a book and you can
hmm,
retrain your brain and your thought
yeah.
process and your natural reaction to things. So what are
It
in that
is,
process, you're not saying those things out loud, which is great. But what when you
yeah.
have those thoughts, again, what are you doing to help relove and retrain yourself to do that?
It's showing myself the new evidence. Because at this point in my life, I do have new evidence. I have people around me that care about me and that wanna celebrate me, that do appreciate me, and I remind myself of there are people who these people are. Yeah, who those reminding yourself, these are people that want to. They do. There's evidence that they do want to. What they say, what they do. It's yeah, it's taking that evidence. Oh, that's evidence. That's old evidence. It's evidence from years ago. And it may have been it was evidence from then, but let's look at the today's evidence. Let's look at the current. Let's look at the last week, the last month, the last year. That's what I want to focus on. It's focusing on that evidence and not allowing myself to downplay that evidence. Accepting that evidence. Why am I putting weight behind evidence from 30 years ago and not putting weight behind the evidence from last week? It's talking to myself and reminding myself, and sometimes it's talking repeatedly, saying the same thing, reminding myself, hey, this is who surrounding me right now. And this is what they're doing, and this is what they're saying, and this is what they're thinking, or this is what they tell me. And putting focus on the evidence that I have right now. Yeah. It's difficult though. It is a struggle with trying to say all the thoughts. It is difficult to not say all the thoughts. Um, I used to do that with compliments a lot, and I do that. I still and with gifts, I still struggle with trying not to say those things out loud.
You've been doing the ADD interrupting me every time I say something, so I'm just gonna let you go until you're
Oh,
done.
I'm sorry. I apologize. I did not mean to. I'm
Like,
sorry for that.
you're fine. You have things to say, and they are all great things to say. But you're looking at me like, why aren't you talking? I'm like, because every time I talk, you interrupt me. So I'm just gonna I'm just gonna let you go because you're. It's very rare you
I'm
want to
sorry.
talk.
I apologize for interrupting you. That was rude of me.
Well, you feel something sort of way about that, so I mean, it's fine. That's the whole point of this.
Yeah,
That's why
but
I'm
it
looking at you that way. You're looking at me like, "Why aren't you saying?" I'm not mad. I'm just like, you are in a mood today, and I'm gonna let you go. It's okay, Sean. I'm giving you the space. It's okay to give yourself the space. I know he has the strong feels. That's why I was just giving him the platform and the space to talk about how he felt. And I'm just like, and he's looking at me like, why aren't you
now,
saying anything? And I know that in
yeah,
his
and
brain, I'm
now I
not
feel.
saying anything. And now he's like, oh, now she's pissed off. I'm not pissed off. You have you have strong feelings. You have the feels around this. So I've dealt with my feels.
I'm still dealing with mine.
I know you are. That's fine. You have not said anything wrong.
I feel awkward because I interrupted you, and I feel bad for interrupting you.
It's okay. I was just telling you that I'm not mad at you because I know that your brain is,
Okay.
oh, she's pissed off. I'm like, yeah, I know that that's the thought that went through your head.
What? Yeah. Mhm.
No, I think that everything you said is very true and very valid. And it's hard. It's hard to retrain that. Oh, see, now he's gonna be dead quiet because he doesn't want to interrupt.
No, I'm not gonna be dead quiet, but no, I don't want. I don't want to interrupt because that was something that I used to do a lot to you, and so
Fine.
your thoughts and opinions are very valid, and I don't
And
want to
there are
interrupt
times
those.
where I argue, I go on for 30 minutes by myself, and that's
Mhm,
fine. You are
mhm.
Pep, this is your space too. This is that time where you're allowed to feel and say things. We're
Oh,
co-hosts. We're allowed to do this together.
yes, yes. There is no sidekick energy here. This is all main character energy.
One extreme to the next.
Mm,
That's what he does. That's what he overcompensates. He doesn't know middle ground.
yeah.
I think it's the feeling worthy. I think, but on top of that, and trying to come bring everything back to that gratitude, that weaponized gratitude. Be thankful. Be thankful. You know what? I don't have to fucking be. And I think that's the hardest part because it's one of those, well, you're selfish. No, I'm fucking not. You just don't want to admit that you fell short and you're going to make it my problem. But it's not my problem. It's your problem. My stomach just growled really
Oh, yeah. It is about
loudly.
that time. Yeah.
um, the villain is the main
Mhm.
character too, right? Yeah. But yeah, it's not my problem. It's yours.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
How how do you teach this to your kids? How do you teach the gratitude to your kids?
How do I teach the gratitude to my kids?
Well, so how do you teach? Because I remember growing up where because we've been talking about is the whole gratitude or like the forced gratitude. You should be thankful for. So that's how my parents taught me, and we see the effects of it. So when it comes to your kids, when let's say someone gives your kids a gift, what do you teach them in regards to gratitude?
Um, I don't make it a big deal. I do say you need to say thank you. I have always said, say thank you. Like even when
Mhm,
trick or treating, what do you say? Thank
mhm,
you. Okay.
mhm,
Um, but I never, as a parent, like my kids, they want a lot of stuff. But I've also been like, at a younger age, like they got those little like green light, like kids account thing. If you want something, I mean, your birthday, Christmas, tell me what you want. And I will more than happy to buy something if I can get it. But there are some times where I'm like, I can't afford that.
mhm,
I can't. Mom, I don't like it when you work so hard. Well, I work hard because I want to provide for you. But the only way I can provide for you is to work hard. I don't force the gratitude on them. I do point out when they are acting ungrateful, but I don't guilt them for it. I make it,
mhm,
I try to be very conscious of, I can understand that you want this thing, but you just got this and you are acting ungrateful. I make it an act. I don't make it a
mhm,
you are ungrateful. I'm like, you are acting like you aren't grateful because that means that you can just be like, it's not who they are. Because my kids, honestly, I mean, if I'm being completely honest, I don't think I've ever actively been like, don't be selfish. Don't be you guys are so ungrateful. I mean, I don't think I've ever actively have, and I think I haven't harped on it. I think it's not a thing. My kids want things, and I say no.
Mhm.
I don't give them everything they want. I don't buy their love. I don't buy their affection. I don't buy any of that stuff. I make it very clear if they want something, okay, if you want something, then this is what you got to do to earn it. And if you don't get it, if you don't earn it, and I don't make a big deal out of it.
Okay.
That's your own consequence. And there's been some times where my kids, they're very conscious about like they've been like, "Mom, I don't want you to spend that money. I know that you work very hard. I don't want you to spend that money
Mhm.
on me." And I try to reassure them. I also try to reassure them. I appreciate you looking out for me, but I wouldn't offer if I didn't have it and I didn't want to do it. I will be okay. We will be okay. I will never put you in a situation where you're not taken care of. And if I have it, I will do it because I want to do it. My kids have never gone without, and even when they have gone without, like, some of these things, then, I explain to them, I'm very matter of fact, there's not shame involved. I think
That's
that
good.
that's the big thing. Gratitude is not about I think that where we have issues around being grateful is you
Mhm.
should be grateful. You don't have to be grateful. You have to acknowledge that somebody did give you a gift, but maybe you didn't like it, and that's okay. I think not building it upon an act instead of a person and a personality is a big thing too. But I've never with my kids, I've never forced them to be like, "You should act grateful." Just say, tell you like your grandparents worked hard or they don't have a lot of money or you do all this. And I've also pointed out because my mom is constantly buying them gifts and they understand the buying somebody's affection. They understand that somebody is violating their boundaries and it's not about gifts. It's not about
Mhm.
stuff, but it's all more about an example than it is. I don't think that kids really need to. I mean, do you need to teach them that, oh, everything revolves around me? No. You can say no. And kids are going to be like, I want candy. Well, you're not having candy. And yeah, let them be mad at you. Let them be mad at you. And then not making a big deal out of it every single time. I really wanted that. And I really, okay, well, sorry. And not being like, well, you're so selfish or you have all of this stuff. Now, with my youngest daughter, bless her heart, girl, my youngest. I love her. But it's like, I want these art supplies. I'm like, girl, I literally last week just bought you like this really nice art supply set. And I get it, but you're not getting another one till you use that one. Like I don't have the money for that. And so that's why I'm like,
Mhm.
tell me what you want. I will buy you what you want, but we're not going to go keep repeatedly buying it when the brand new one's sitting right there. But I'm not
Yeah.
going to call her ungrateful. I'm just going to say no
Mhm.
and make it done. No, I'm not buying you more stuff. And if you're not treating it properly, then I will throw it away. And that's a choice for you. You can choose to, that's on you how you choose to do it and how you treat it. You want to keep it, treat it nicely. If you don't, you don't. I mean,
That's good. I like that approach you take, especially separating out the act from the person.
absolutely. I think that that's the
Because I
big thing for me
Mhm.
and especially like me and Searugs like it's very important for us in that.
Mhm.
And very important for our kids to know that we love them regardless of who they are and that they're like you're allowed to feel all the emotions, but there are proper ways to respond with the emotion. But telling your kid you're ungrateful, you're selfish because
Mhm.
I bought them a gift that they didn't like, it's not fair. That's not fair to the kid.
Mhm.
I bought a gift. They didn't like it. Okay, they didn't like it. I'm not going to force you to like it. Ah, cheap viewers, huh?
Cheap viewers, look at that.
Obviously, they have not met our community.
No, we are not cheap.
No, we are not. And you know what? I'd rather have have the viewers we
I love
have.
our viewers. You
I
guys are
do.
great.
But I think that's important as somebody who's a parent who is trying to break the
Mhm,
generational trauma. And for those who don't have kids, I know it's hard. And I'm just letting you guys know it's a balancing act. It is always a balancing act. And it's hard because not only am I trying to parent my children, but I'm at currently because I am breaking that curse, that generational trauma. I'm also trying to I'm also trying to reparent myself. So it's
mhm.
a double-edged sword. It's a constant and it's hard. And it's not easy, but I think in the long run, I just want to raise good humans. I want to raise humans. I think it's focusing in on the things not being my parents, you know? It doesn't matter what you do. We even
Mhm.
had a conversation with our kids like on Friday, you know? We told them like with because they were talking about what college they wanted to go to. By the way, they're in 6th and 7th grade. They're not having to think about college for a
It's
while. It's a little ways off. But they're
I
always
taught I
talking.
taught in middle school. That's the thing.
Yeah, it is the thing. They're like pushing going
Yeah.
to college. And we, as because C. Riggs and I were both in education, we both told them, we're like, we don't care if you go to college. We don't care where you go
Mhm,
to college. We don't care what you study. We don't care. We don't. As long as you are doing what makes you happy. And we
mhm,
understand that there are career paths that don't require college. They require, trades or they require something
mhm.
else. It doesn't matter. Choose what you want to do in your life. But I think it is what it is. But we also have to set our boundaries as parents. You're not gonna go to school, okay, but you're gonna work.
Mhm. Yep. Gonna pay bills, gonna
Yeah,
work,
right.
yeah.
Don't like the school system. Hear you say that. Actually, the school system that I am in, that my kids go to school in, actually have trade programs. They have cosmetology programs. They have
Mhm,
C and A programs. They have welding programs. They have farming, actually agricultural. Like you can get trained in the farm trade. So actually, we have a lot of trade programs. We also have a culinary program where you don't need to go to school for culinary, like you can go to, but so very much push. You don't have to go to college if you don't want to.
that's refreshing. I think the
Yeah.
massive push to go to a 4-year school is a huge disservice.
Oh, absolutely.
To
But all in all, my kids are grateful for what they have. I'm better than what I see here. You guys hiring over here?
Mhm,
I mean, yeah, we are. We're always hiring in this district. Um, I think I never had to push the gratitude part of it because my kids are naturally prone to being grateful. Because I think it
mhm,
naturally happens, and I just concentrate on raising my kids and being who they are, and they see it when they go outside. And I think that that is where they've learned and taught themselves gratitude. I see my friends and their parents treating them badly, or their parents who don't
mhm,
accept them for who they are, their parents who talk down to whatever or force whatever on them. And I don't know how many times my kids have gone home and like, I'm so glad that you're not that person. I'm so glad that I don't have to do that. I'm really thankful that you're the mom that I can talk to, that I feel safe with, or
mhm.
I'm really grateful that they learn that on their own just by you being yourself, setting boundaries and all that, but I don't use it as a weapon. Sometimes they're kids. They're gonna want more.
Mhm,
Sometimes they're kids, and I gotta fuss at them and yell at them. And yeah, sometimes I go, "You are acting totally ungrateful. Here, let me take your phone away from you. Let me teach you how to
mhm,
be grateful.
mhm.
I pay for that. I can take it away. And if you want to mistreat that privilege, we will teach you that lesson on how to." But I don't make them feel like, "Oh, you are selfish and you just don't do." I'm just
You
being
don't
super
chastise them for having a feeling,
right.
having an emotion.
If you're acting
What is that
ungrateful,
like?
I know, right? I was like, if you're acting in a certain way, if you're acting ungrateful or acting that way, then
Mhm,
I'm going to teach you there are consequences for your actions. That doesn't mean tell them that they're a bad person. I just say your
mhm,
behavior, it's the behavior. You are
yeah,
concentrating on the behavior, not the person. And that is the huge
mhm,
difference. Because
yeah,
we were told we were selfish kids. We were
yes,
bad kids. We were
yeah,
shamed. We were the problem. We were whatever
mhm,
it was. We as individuals and people, and it wasn't our
it
behavior.
yeah, yes. We internalized all of it.
Oh yeah.
Well, it sounds like are raising fantastic humans.
I am. They really
Mhm,
are fantastic humans. And I am more and more grateful. I am grateful for that every day. I am more and more grateful for
mhm.
my kids every day, and just they are amazing humans. Um,
It sounds like they also have an amazing, person to that models that behavior for 'em. Just saying.
sure.
Accept it! Accept it!
I
Accept the
hate you.
compliment.
Fuck you. Well, I think it's hard for me in because for the first several years of their life, I wasn't a good human. I mean, not that I was a bad mom, but there was a lot of trauma that I still had to deal with,
Yeah.
that I was repeating the
Mhm,
mistakes of my parents. And I think it
yeah.
has only been in the past couple of years, few years, that I have actually become a parent that I'm okay to say, yes, I'm a good parent. Because I couldn't have said that 6 years ago, if I'm being
Sure.
100% honest. And that's okay.
You were
Okay,
doing
no.
the best that you could with what you knew at the time. Yeah,
Exactly.
it
And
take
that's the other thing, is
that's
that I was doing the best that I could with a time, with what I had.
with what you learned and how you were yeah, with all of the trauma that you developed over the years, you were doing the best you could with that.
We have a few more minutes before we got to go.
Mhm.
And I'm going to put this out there, since we're not going to see each other again until, oh, Sean will be here for Waking Up. Ooh,
I
maybe we
will
could convince Jay to be on Waking Up. Maybe we can actually convince Jay to be here.
oh, that would be fun.
Nice. Jay, we're coming for you. We have to
That's a
stream.
different
We have
podcast.
to stream. We have to stream on Sunday. You know why? Because he needs a birthday stream too.
Oh, that's true. Sure.
But Calvino. Um, but here, I'm going to say this at the last few minutes. You do not have to spend the holidays with your family if you don't want to. Cough, cough. You do not have to be thankful for anything. You do not have to be grateful if you don't feel grateful. And that's okay. That is okay.
You're allowed to feel the way that you feel.
Right. And you do not feel you have to, well, they are your family. So you don't have to spend it with them if you don't want to. If what do you want to do? Now, if you want to do it because you want to do it versus you want to do it because you just, you feel alone or you feel like
I feel
unworthy,
mhm,
that's different. Don't isolate yourself if you don't want to be isolated.
mhm. But don't feel obligated.
Sunday morning? Okay, I mean,
Oh, no. Okay.
it's
Yeah.
fine.
Do not feel obligated to spend time with people that you do not want to spend time with, whether it's family or friends, anyone there. You do not have to spend time with people that you do not want to spend time with. That's a lesson I had to learn. Mhm.
What?
I know. I did that last year. I spent Christmas alone last year. I chose to spend Christmas alone last year because it was less stressful than spending it with family. And I thought it was going to be really difficult, and it turned out to not be nearly as difficult. Ooh, yeah.
I get back to me. Asta, I understand that feeling,
Mhm.
and I've done it. Hell, honestly, I've done it for the past 2 days. I literally have, like, I I can't tell if it's hormones or depression, because I've literally slept for, like, in the past 48 hours, I've slept, like, 20. So,
Mhm.
I have hardly talked to anybody, and that's whatever. but I encourage you to take a step. And if not, and not that you have to go out and hang out with somebody, but reach out to somebody. And it doesn't have to be, oh, I need to
Yes.
just reach out. And that's just that step.
Mhm.
Now, and you can do that whenever you're ready. But I think that's the only way to retrain you feeling like a burden is going, hey, but everybody's journey is their own. Just know, Asta, you are not a burden to us.
Absolutely. Um, what I wanted to do was put I was there it is, okay. What I wanted to do, real quick, while I grabbed my phone, is I wanted to put, um, in Discord or put our Discord. We were talking about reaching out to people. So I put our Discord link. So if you want to reach out to if anyone asked you or anyone else has not joined our Discord, join our Discord. And if you want to reach out, whether it's on Christmas or holidays or any day,
I
message
have
us in
an idea.
Discord.
Because Miko did
Mhm.
this one time. Like she said, I'll tell your parents off on Thanksgiving because we know that Thanksgiving is. So how about this?
Yeah.
Since we're all going to be together on Thanksgiving, and we're not eating until like 4 p.m. Central Time, so Sean's going to be chewing his insides out
Oh
at
my
that point.
god, yeah. My snacks.
But why don't we just go? Like I can, because I can move my laptop downstairs. Why don't we just go live and just
Mhm.
stream us
Ooh,
just doing shit, just getting ready for
yeah.
Thanksgiving, hanging out.
That would be fun. Yeah, let's do that. And so you guys can join us if you want.
Yes, you don't have to, but we'll be on Team AOA.
Mhm. Yeah.
Well, I guess since you're we can be on my we'll be here.
Well,
Oh.
here are all the different channels in the Team AOA channel and all the other
Yes,
channels.
actually, we will be happy to cuss your family out if you want. We will happy if you need love and
Uh-huh.
I we will be happy to do that. We will be happy to do whatever it is you want us to do. We can be
Mhm.
your family hangout, and it's fine.
It'll be like Cameo. You just tell us what you want us to say.
Right, pretty much. What is it? And then we can just hang out. That's all it is. It's one
Mhm.
of those we want nothing super planned. We'll just hang out. Does your request reach the afterlife?
I
Actually,
mean,
we
we can.
can.
Mhm.
We can.
Yeah.
I mean, it's honestly very therapeutic. Had to remove a server to join. Aw.
Oh, okay.
But we will. How about this? We Thursday be on Thursday somewhere. We will
Mhm.
go live. It will be Team AOA, and it won't be any set stream of anything. We will just be hanging
Yeah.
out, and you can just drop in
Yep.
and hang out with us. And Jay will be there. Sean, Calvino will probably be very tired. And the
Yeah.
hatchlings will be
Probably jet lag.
there.
Mhm.
Um, the youngest one is like watching me through things. So
The
um,
hatchlings will be there.
the hatchlings
Yeah.
will be there. They will be able to hear me. They will. Um, but just a reminder. You don't have to be alone if you don't want to,
Mhm.
and you are allowed to be alone if you don't want if you want to be. But if you are feeling in a place to where you think no one cares, please reach out. And there's not going to be any judgment because if you look, none of us are spending time with our families. I mean, I have my hatchlings, but
Mhm.
Sean is going to be there, but he's not going to be with his family. Jay's going to be here and he's going to be with his family. Calvin will be with his family, but his sister, because his sister counts. So it's fine. But yeah, we are making a choice this year to choose to spend it with people we care about. Now, I love Papa Rubes and but I'm also seeing him for his birthday, so I'm saving it for
Mhm.
that one.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, anything you want to say about being grateful, Sean?
I'm grateful for this podcast. No, that's it. What you asked, I said it.
Your sis is fucking amazing.
Your sis is fantastic. Mhm. Uh, no, I think you've covered it.
What advice do you have for somebody for this upcoming week?
Um, All right. So I'll give the advice that has give advice that has been given to me before. Um, if you are surrounding yourself or going to be around people that you care about, that's wonderful. That's fantastic. If you're not, and if you are by yourself, whatever, remember that it's just a day.
Yes, yes, and yes. Yes, yes. All of those things.
uh, yes, I'm regifting the advice. Um, I felt very isolated on holidays. It was something I've had to deal with. It's been really difficult. The feeling of I'm isolated, nobody cares about me. Um, and it only seemed to happen like it happened really bad on holidays. A day is just a day. A day is what we make of that day. The day has no special power. It is a day. So take that day however you want to, but don't give it more power than it needs to have in your life.
I remember when you got that.
Mhm.
That was like what, 2 therapists
Yeah.
ago?
Yeah, actually, I think it was. Yeah. A couple therapists ago,
Yeah. Yeah.
and it's worked. It's important. It's whenever I start feeling that way.
For you, Asta.
See, there you go. Exactly.
Well, Asta, you are more than welcome to join us as on Thursday if you want.
Hmm.
You're more than welcome to celebrate the day. You actually get to see Jay. I think anybody who showed up here hasn't seen Jay or Gavina yet.
No.
Oh, we're a card when we're together.
So,
We're
oh
something
my
else. I'm
god.
surprised we haven't gotten arrested at this point.
Or the channel suspended or something.
Also fair. I think we toe the TOS line very
We
closely.
do. We do. So yeah, join us. We'll go live. Look for our notification.
And Sean's birthday stream on Tuesday.
It's gonna be what it's gonna be. I'm just gonna let it happen. So
Not in car. Yeah, you right.
right? Exactly. Exactly.
Well, Asta, come and join us, and that way
Yes.
we can just hang out together. You are more than
Mhm.
welcome. No burden. No special anything. I mean, you get to watch me cook and yell at people, but I mean, it's shut up.
What?
Don't make me start pulling out your dirty laundry on Thanksgiving. Let's not start with that.
I don't know what you're talking about. So it's been a great podcast. Thanks, everybody.
Sean is very grateful for my restraint right now.
I am. Yes. 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 Yes.
She's good at yelling at people. I mean, yeah.
She
And
knows what she wants, and she has no problem telling people.
you make it sound like I yell
No,
at people all the time.
you don't yell at people all the time. But when you're in the kitchen, you know exactly what needs to be done, and you make sure and you let people know that this is what needs to be done,
And to get out of my way.
re- regardless of whose kitchen it
You
is.
know,
Yes,
Jay is going to be in my kitchen just fucking with me just because he wants to. He is just going.
just Jay.
See, you and Jay get together and y'all get brave. Y'all get brave.
Safety in numbers. Safety in numbers.
It's worse when she says nothing.
It
Also
is.
facts.
That is facts. Yeah, as long as she's yelling, there's a certain amount of safety in the yelling. It's when she goes quiet that you're like, oh, I done screwed up.
All right. All right. With that, we will see you guys. We have Tuesday. We have Sean's birthday stream on Team
Yep.
AOA channel. Then Thursday, we're going to show up. We're going to just probably show up here and we'll do a Thanksgiving just cuz stream.
Hmm.
We will be, if you want, we can cuss out your family. We also, I'm
Sure.
still trying to do this whole call-in thing. So like,
Yeah, we're waiting for someone to join us.
I'm gonna keep that live. I'm just gonna somebody's gonna be
Hmm.
brave one day and call in. It'll be fine.
Maybe Thanksgiving.
Maybe Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
It's fine. Never seen a dog bark and bite at the same Yeah.
Jay, you can lick my spoon.
What the fuck? I knew that was the moment I read that, just the moment you said it, I was like, God damn
I was
it.
just waiting for a pulse.
And Sean will whip it out.
Absolutely. Here's a spoon, and I'll dip it. But I'll avoid dipping it in anything.
That's the only way. That's
But-
the only way Jay will lick your spoon.
Oh, that's a good point. All right, I'll find something to dip it in. And on that note,
I'm having thoughts. I can't. Bleh. All right. Anyway, we will see you guys later. Thanks for joining us. Bye.
bye.
Oh my God. I can't with you. Why are you this human? Did you really just high five over me right
No,
now?
we didn't. You can do
Okay,
it
we're
again.
live. Hello.
Last week,
You don't even do that well from the front seat.
Okay.
And the bear is coming with the cup and spoon.
That's
Oh,
a straight up
no.
PBR for the table.
Yeah.
I think it called.
She ain't judging us at all.
Did you really just high five over me right
No,
now?
we didn't. You can do
Okay,
it
we're
again.
live. Hello.
Last week,
You don't even do that well from the front seat.
Okay.
And the bear is coming with the cup and spoon.
That's
Oh,
a straight up
no.
PBR for the table.
Yeah.
I think it called.
She ain't judging us at all.